The iPod has revolutionized the way we listen to music. According to Crystal Song, the author of Attack of the iZombies, today it seems like everyone owns an iPod. The appeal of having your own personal selection of music by your side 24/7, 7 days a week is far too attractive to resist. The colorful billboards and mesmerizing commercials make the possibility of resistance even slighter. Continually growing in popularity, iPods are accompanying people into public areas of society as an extension of their being. An iPod not only provides listeners with their favorite music, but also the power to control how they feel and act towards themselves and others. As a result, there is a growing concern among citizens that Apple's portable music player is hindering interaction with other people, encouraging theft, and having generally evil effects on society. Many people fear that the unintended implications of the iPod are causing irreversible damage upon society. The root fears center around the alleged isolating properties of the iPods, the increase in iPod-related theft, and branding users. "Oh, I was listening to my iPod. My fault," is usually a very common response among people. Visible from a good distance away, the white earphones signal one thing to most people: don't bother trying to talk to me. iPods are a major deterrent to conversation, with it becoming increasingly acceptable to converse while still listening to the iPod. Obviously, this is not a positive phenomenon in society. Another negative effect that the iPod has, which is probably the most obvious one, is hearing loss. According to research, as many as 25% of iPod users are damaging their ears of bad listening habits. The US-based survey, according to FrameWatcher.com, found that asking a teenager to turn down their iPod could have the opposite effect, while teens who voiced the most concern about hearing loss often played their music the loudest. The study found teenage boys generally listened to their iPods at higher levels than girls. Teens played their music louder than young adults did, and teens may inaccurately perceive how loudly they were playing their music. Corey Portnoff, a doctoral candidate at the University of Colorado, claimed some people were born with tough ears that allowed them to listen safely for longer periods, while others had tender ears and could suffer damage even if they followed the recommendations. That said, Mr. Portnoff's study concluded between 7 to 24% of teens were listening to their iPod players at risky levels. Hence, one recommendation is to buy noise-canceling earbuds or headphones to use when listening to iPods that allow you to listen to music more comfortably at a lower volume. Another dark side to the iPod phenomenon is the mounting amount of theft cases involving attempts to steal an iPod or using an iPod to steal something else. According to Crystal Song, in February 2005, the New York Post reported the New York City students have been victimized in an increasing number of iPod muggings and in school larcenies, which is up 41% from last year. For thieves looking for a quick and valuable score, those white earbuds dangling from the heads of so many teenagers simply mean loot. Yet while it's no big secret among youth that iPods are a prized plunder for crooked types, many say they risk their own safety to save their beloved portable music players if they were targeted. Other people are experiencing problems with scams promising free iPods for entering certain contests, downloading mysterious files, and completing assigned tasks. Computer stores across the country are experiencing problems as well, as people are bringing in their iPods into stores, plugging into the computers and stealing programs. The most prevalent form of theft is downloading illegal music. According to the website iTunes.com, there is an average of 21 songs legitimately purchased through iTunes Music Store on each iPod, while some of the remaining contents are presumably uploaded from CD purchases from a record store. The majority are downloaded illegally. Just think about this for a moment. Most new iPods now can hold up to an average of 15,000 songs. How many people would you expect to pay $15,000 to fill their iPods? Another downside to the iPod, as far as musical artists are concerned, is that some critics claim that the iPod have diluted artistic talent. According to John Yates, the author of The iPod's Negative Effects on Society, bands that have built their careers through talent, constant touring, and album sales are lost in the shuffle. Some bands, such as Tool, refuse to sell their albums online because they do not want them broken into individual tracks. The result is that many bands are absent from the internet music sites, and fewer people are aware of them. The iPod and its music store counterpart, iTunes, have some critics worried that the MP3 generation will become more withdrawn and isolated from society. In the past, a trip to the record or music store required the purchase of the whole album. Skipping tracks and buying only what is in bold colors on iTunes is severely weakening the future of music. Word of mouth has given way to the instant access of the internet, and as a result, classic albums fall through the cracks. Rarely are the truly great albums from the 60s, 70s, and some of the 80s highlighted online. Instead, they give way to the newer, flashier groups such as American Idol contestants. When presented in this manner, music becomes more of a commodity than an art form. Also, with the digital revolution, everything can be purchased online without the customer leaving the house. This could lead to social problems as more and more people become hesitant to interact with the outside world. Finally, the last dark side to this iPod world is how it strengthens the use of the individuals for branding while leaving them open to judgment. The white earphones are a dead ringer sign of what kind of MP3 player you own. In turn, this identifies you as an iPod Apple client, while using your being to deliver a brand statement. Not only are people concerned with being judged for their purchasing preferences, but for their listening style as well. Playism, Playistism, is gaining momentum, becoming the newest way to judge a person without speaking to them. While it is exciting and sometimes beneficial to garner a first impression before accurately meeting someone, strong preconceived notions can be detrimental to the development of relationships.